Yo guys, what's good? It's your boy The Goods, and today, actually yesterday was the 7th anniversary of me watching anime. If you look there, right under my profile picture, look at the last stat there. June 9th, 2016 was when I first made my MyAnimeList profile, and if you look on the right, you can see how many anime that I've completed. 251. Wow! So there's some fun stats, but what I want to do here is I want to randomly generate some anime from my completed list, right, to celebrate all of the anime that I've watched. I'm going to pick however many the generator gives me. I'm going to make a tier list of those anime. I'm going to put them in a tier list. It's probably going to go from like S to F tier. So let me generate some anime. Alright, let's go ahead and click Generate Random List. Let's see what we get. Ooh, Hyoka, alright. Okay, The Laughing Salesman. Servant Service, that was the last one I watched, actually. Oh, no, it wasn't. That was Soul Eater was the last one I watched. Right before that was Servant Service. Shinsekai Yori. Kaguya-sama, Love is War. Rosario Vampire, No Game No Life. Cells at Work, and Tokyo Magnitude. Yo, they're really going out here with Arch Enemy and Hero. That shit was ass. Straight F tier when I get to it. Shimonetta. Servamp. How long is this list? Jose the Tiger and the Fish, garbage. Sword Art Online. Mob Psycho 100, Kill la Kill. Cowboy Bebop, Steins Gate. Demon Lord Retry. F, A Tale of Memories. Okay. I'm going to go ahead and prepare all the images, prepare the tier list. I'll be back in a second. Alright, listen, I don't know why this had to be as difficult as it was, but this was really kind of a pain in the ass to put together. So, let's get right into it, starting with Hyoka. I'm going to be honest with you, Hyoka is definitely a B tier anime. I liked the mystery aspect of it. I like the thought process. It's kind of like Death Note in that it's a really thought-provoking anime, not in the sense that you think about things, but that you have to think about what's going on. But it's not like crazy big brain. Jose the Tiger and the Fish is F tier. That movie was garbage. I've said it before to my friends, but the entire plot of the anime, it's a movie, by the way, it's not even a show, but the entire plot is just that she's a terrible person, and she doesn't really improve at all, and she faces almost no repercussions for being an asshole, and you just watch this guy kind of throw his life away, like, just babysitting her, like, literally babysitting her, and, like, emotionally babysitting her. It's just not fun to watch. Laughing Salesman, C tier. It was two shorts per episode, and they were really just cautionary tales. Wasn't like super good, wasn't super bad either. Shibonetta's A tier, peak comedy. I watched it when I was like 15 or 16. That shit was fire. Not S tier just because there's a lot of wacko moments in that show. I can't give it that much credit, but overall it was pretty fun. I don't think I've ever met anybody that didn't like Shimonetta. Servamp, C tier. That was the most mid anime. I don't even remember like what the plot was, and I watched it either this year or last year. I think like right at the end of last year. Which was really sad because like it's been on my list since 2016. I've wanted to watch it. When did it come out? Did it come out in 2016? I don't know. It's been on my list for a while. Just sitting there. And it was pretty mid. Sword Art Online's a solid A tier. Classic anime. A lot of people don't like it, but I had fun. It's the sequels that I really liked. Generally, when I do stuff like this, I only count the first season if there's more than one. The first season was interesting. If it was like season 2 or Alicization or whatever, it'd be S tier, but season 1 is just solid A. Servant Service. I'm gonna put it at C tier just for the list. It was like okay. You know, I think I gave it a pretty high rating. I think I gave it like a 7, which is like a C. That's a 70%. Um, Mob Psycho 100 is S tier. 100% S tier. Mob is the best guy ever in anime. Top 10 characters of all time. Don't quote me on that. Great show. I don't think there was a single time I was bored watching Mob Psycho. I blew through it in like a week. Like the whole series. Shinsuke Iori, you want to talk about C tier? I'm still mad, by the way, that like the entire plot of Shinsuke Iori was about those stupid rat monsters. Yet they called it, I'm pretty sure it means like from the new world or some shit, or like from another world or something. And like spoiler alert, by the way, it's just like the rat monsters. That's the whole plot, is just these crazy psychic kids have to deal with rat monsters. Kill la Kill S tier. I wrote an essay about Kill la Kill for a women's studies class. Really good show. I don't even have anything to say, it's peak. I think it was like number 2 or some shit. It was either number 3 or number 2. I think it was number 2 on my top 10 list from 2022. Kaguya-sama Love is War. I'm giving season 1 B tier. Because season 1 was it was okay. It was alright. And it was pretty good tier. I don't even remember what score I gave it. I just remember everyone like really hyping the fuck out of it. And I liked the battle aspect of it. Season 2 sucked, in my opinion. It was so boring. And season 3 went crazy. That made it onto the top 10 list. But season 1 was kind of there. You know, it was a solid B. Cowboy Bebop, this is going to get a lot of shit. I'm giving it F tier. I fucking hate Cowboy Bebop. It's one of those shows that it's like, it's not an incel power fantasy, but a lot of the guys that are really into it and really idolize Spike, it's kind of the same type of shit where like, what is it, like they'll idolize like the Joker or like the Patrick Bateman or like the guy from Drive or whatever the fuck. Like, it gives me that kind of vibe, and the show wasn't that interesting. Generally, it was pretty boring when I was watching it, so like, I don't know. And I wrote like a paragraph about this shit a while ago. I'll probably never find it again because I don't care. But yeah, I didn't like Cowboy Bebop. I think I gave it a 4 out of 10. Rosario Vampire, that is B tier. As far as ecchi goes, it was alright. It was okay. But definitely not C tier. It's a step above. A lot of people watch it as kids, is the funny thing. Like, I don't know if it aired somewhere on like normal television or whatnot, but I guess a lot of people have watched it. Steins Gate's another one. It is F tier. Holy fucking boring. Oh my god. And by the way, this shit, it didn't go over my head. I understand the plot behind the time travel and all the different intricacies. I just didn't care. I did not care at all. The plot itself was super generic. Super predictable. I think the only, like, thing that got me was when Mr. Braun was involved at all. It's been a couple years since I watched it, so I don't remember exactly what his deal was, because they kind of just revealed it and then he instantly kills himself. It was fucking stupid. The whole show was like garbage. But I feel like if you talk shit about it, then you're just stupid. And it's like, you can just not like it. And then that shit where they like killed Mayushi like a million times. I hated that episode. No Game No Life is... If I'm doubting it, I'm giving it A tier. It was a great show. I gave it a 10. But if I'm like talking about it in terms of tier list, it's an A. Demon Lord Retry. It's an A tier. It had its moments where it had me doubting if it was you know, solid, if it was good. But overall, I liked it. I had a lot of fun. I think I literally watched it in a day. Sales at Work is C tier. I know it's a really popular one. It's got a lot of memes and whatnot, but I was super bored during it. But like it still had its moments though. You know, I overall enjoyed the series, but like season 1 is pretty boring. F A Tale of Memories is B tier. I watched that one like as a movie, like just one night. I put it on it was a YouTube video too, and I just watched the whole thing. It was okay, pretty good. You know, pretty good B tier, solid. Speaking of B tier, Tokyo Magnitude 8.0, definitely a B tier. It was an interesting story, you know. I had a lot of fun watching it, but it didn't really stand out, and it kind of lost its momentum. Pardon me, it kind of lost its momentum as it went, like it, because it started crazy with the earthquake, and then, you know, I don't know, I guess it just fizzled out. The ending was kind of mid, and then Maoyu, Arch Enemy, and Hero, that was straight garbage. I don't even think there was a real plot. Like, I know there was. I know exactly what the plot was, but like, holy fuck, it was boring. I think I gave that a 3 because that was terrible. So yeah, thank you guys for watching. Let me like go back to my thing here and show that off, I guess. Go ahead and follow me on my anime list if you want to see more of my anime list. Can I like move my Instagram so it's legible? Put it like there or something. Put it right there. Yeah, no, follow my anime list, friend me on that shit, and you can look at everything I've ever seen. I do want to make more anime content. I just have no idea what I could possibly do with that, because this was pretty mid as it was. I know when the year ends, I'm gonna like probably make a video just like reading my top 10 list, which the top 10 list that I make, let me show you guys the one I made for 2022. Okay, so you can see it here. There's some disclaimers at the beginning because I send it to a lot of different people, so there's like a lot going on. I think I started last year, but I really went into it this year, or with 2022. I started in 2021, but I did ranks because there's a lot of times there's shows that'll be lower in terms of score, because I score based on a bunch of different stuff like art and like the actual plot itself. But like if you notice, like Africa Salaryman, it's on the top 10 list because it was like, I enjoyed it. It was one of the shows that I thought deserved to be in the top 10 shows that I watched. But score-wise, I gave it a 7. You know, because the art was like okay. The story itself was pretty boring. It was just like slice of life with mild plot elements. But I really enjoyed watching it though. This was one that I watched like in a day or two or something. Like I think I started it like at nighttime and finished it the next day. But I do like little images and little drum roll and whatnot. This was a fun one. The kids under 6 eat free, or anything that scored 6 or less. I wrote a little thing about. I know I want to do a calendar. Let me show off, actually. Let me show the shows that I've watched this year. This doesn't actually spoil the, let me move my Instagram again. This doesn't actually spoil the, list at all. Because like I said, the ratings don't matter. But, as you can see, I've, like, been keeping track of the months. So, like, any one of these will be eligible for number 1 for January. And then like any one of these, so many in February, which is crazy because it's the shortest month. And I think I did the most in that one, yeah. But you know, any one of these can be the top in February, and then I'm just gonna have like a graphic that's just like a calendar, a month calendar or whatever, and it's gonna have the you know, selections for each one. I already know for the most part what they're gonna be, but as you can see, I finished Servant Service in May. Then here we are in, what is it, June. We've only watched one show. I've only watched Soul Eater. It's alright though, I'm about to finish What the hell am I watching? The Asterix War. I'm on like episode 10. I'll probably finish it tonight. But there's a lot of shows. And there's a lot of them that are over. I think I don't ever go below 6. Specifically because 6 is like the cutoff. But there's a lot of 10s in here. And there's a lot of 10s. How many 10s are there? 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9. I didn't give Full Metal Alchemist Brotherhood a 10. Did I? You know, I gave it a 9. What the fuck am I talking about? I don't know why I put 10 there. That's funny. You can look through. You can look at my list though. I got some crazy shit in here. Watch some crazy shit. Because what am I at? This is gonna have different stats. It's gonna say 225. Because I've watched a lot of Netflix and movies and whatnot. 225 is still a crazy number though, for like TV. But again, as you can see, I do it by season. Because there will be discrepancies in the score between season. So like say I wanted to talk about Psycho-Pass, I would say for example pick Psycho-Pass season 1 over Psycho-Pass season 2. So then in the list, you know, it would be denoted like I said. Let me go back to it. Yeah, so like in the disclaimers, shows are presented as they're split on My Anime. Jesus. Fuck that up. They are presented as they're displayed on My Anime list. So JoJo Part 6 is all one part, but it Mal splits it into 3. So like in the list, let me show off. What did I do? I did Part 6, Part 3. I didn't do the other ones. Oh yeah, and that was the number 1, was Ranking of Kings. Ranking of Kings went hard. That was such a good show. And then these are the ones I picked the previous years. I think I'm going to end the video now because it's been forever. I mean, I'm going to cut some of it down to editing, but thank you guys for watching. I'll figure out how to make more anime content and what other stuff to do. But peace out.